Hello everyone, I'm Chris with U-Haul. Today I'm excited to introduce the Kuat Ibex adjustable overland bed rack. This bed rack comes in various sizes, so we're likely to have one that fits your truck. Let's go ahead and take a look at how to put one together and talk about some features. We're going to begin by setting the corner pieces to the proper height. They come in full height, but they can be adjusted and the sections removed for a mid height. Go ahead and flip piece B and expose the 4 bolts we will remove. We're going to use this provided Allen key to remove the M8 bolts from the back. This brings us to one of the first features that the Ibex has to offer. It is adjustable, so we can go ahead and remove this center section. So instead of a full rised overland rack, we can remove these longer M8 by 50 bolts and insert some smaller provided bolts corner to corner, shrinking our rack. We'll go ahead and show you that real quick. Save this washer for reinstallation on the shorter M8 by 30 bolt. Repeat for your 3 remaining bolts. You can now use 2 provided M8 by 30 bolts and the lock nuts that come with them, as well as the 2 washers that we just uninstalled. Put the washer on the new bolt, and we can now reassemble the 2 corners. Place the second bolt before you tighten them both down. The Ibex holds the locking nut for you. Now go ahead and tighten down to manufacturer specifications. Kuat provided a socket version of the Allen wrench to help make the installation easier. Now, for those of you who are going to mid-height your overland rack, it is good to note that they are marked as to what sides they are. So we're going to want to keep this by transferring the sticker or keeping it with the piece set aside so we know which is which when we uninstall these other 3 and get ready to move forward. Our customer, however, is going to go with full height. So I'm going to put this back together and show you how we put the crossbars in. We are now ready to install sections G and E onto section B. We're going to do this using 4 M8 by 50 bolts and 4 washers provided in the hardware kit. Insert a flat washer onto each bolt. We will now insert part E onto part B and install the 2 provided bolts and washers. It may be helpful to get the bolt started in both sides to hold the arm up for you. You can now reinstall the corner covers with the previously removed hardware. We are now ready to put piece A on the assembly that we're working on. We're going to go ahead and remove these corner covers just like we did for piece B. When you go to put piece A into your assembly, you're going to notice a little bit of play. Pull them into place. The tabs are going to help keep it in there, and insert your 4 M8 by 50 bolts. You can now reinstall your corner caps and repeat for the other side. All right, we are now ready to set this assembly aside. We can put the other half together, starting with part D. With the corner covers removed from part D, we're going to now go ahead and use the second part G to connect to this side and the part F to connect to this side. You can now finish this assembly with part C. Now with the 2 side pieces assembled, we're ready to prepare the cross members. We're going to do this by loosening these orange T-nuts just enough to slide the arms. Do not loosen them all the way. Make note the decorative strip is for the rear of the vehicle. In order to install the side pieces on your truck, the Ibex comes with various ways to install. There is a bed clamp for your standard bed. There is also T-channels, which is what we're going to be using today. For the T-channel, let's go ahead and take out this block, remove the center bolt. We will not be using this part. Prepare your other 3 clamps The Ibex will come with this assortment of hardware in order to install on a T-channel setup like we're doing. Some adapter blocks, as well as some double bolted T-channel clips. These will go on the truck. These will go on the Ibex. You can now take your adapter block with the bolts on the bottom side, loosely install it to the T-nut, slide it into place all the way down. Repeat for the other adapter on this side. We're going to be using this lower T-track. Loosen your T-channel nuts. The channels are on the back side of right here. You do need to keep them lined up to slide them in. Repeat for your other clamp. You can now place the driver's side in place. Line up your two blocks. Repeat on the back. You can now reinstall the previously removed bolt. Now tighten loosely all 5 bolts on this front bracket as well as the rear bracket to hold this side of the Ibex in place while we install the passenger side. Do note that the Ibex needs to be at least 1.5 inches from the cab of the truck before tightening down the clamps. Prepare your T-channel bracket. Be sure to line up the bracket far enough away from the edge to give yourself good support, and tighten down as we did the previous side. Measure the passenger side and make sure it is an identical 1.5 inches. We can now install our cross members by inserting the T-track channel part right here using the provided M8x24 T-channel bolt. Remove the bolt and place on the washer. Insert the T-channel into the track. Now raise the bar into position and insert the bolt. Attach snugly but leave loose so we can adjust. Now repeat on the passenger side. You can now pull this cross member forward, place it where we want it, and then tighten into place. Now tighten the driver's side, not all the way. We will come back and snug all this hardware once it is fully together. We can now go ahead and put in our second cross member just like we did the first one. Now that the cross members are installed, we're going to add a stiffening brace. We're going to use the remaining M8x12 bolts to do this. We will be using this track here and this track here for the stiffener. You can now tighten these bolts fully and repeat for the remaining 3 brackets. We can now come back and tighten our 5 bolts per latch to manufacturer specifications, and now repeat for the remaining 3 latches, as well as going up top and tightening that orange T-nut we loosened to adjust the cross members. With our Ibex installed, we can go ahead and start adding accessories like our Molle panels. If you have already installed the Ibex before adding the Molle panels, go ahead and loosen one of the stiffening braces so we can get the T-brackets passed for the middle bolt. Now with 2 T-brackets inside the track, we can loosely install the Molle panel and finish up with the remaining 4 bolts. Install 3 brackets in the lower T-track and line them up with the Molle panel's bolt holes, and then install with the same M8x12 bolts. Now that all 6 bolts have been loosely tightened, come back with the tool and secure them. If you have a second Molle panel, you can repeat these steps for the other side. The Ibex also has grab handle accessories that install on these channels here. Insert your T-brackets just like before and install the grab handles. You can now install your second grab handle on the opposite side in the same fashion. If you went ahead and ordered the Kuat Ibex bottle opener, we're going to affix it in here, so we're going to put 4 T-brackets inside of this channel. There's also a shovel mount to go on the side of the Molle panel. It's going to come with a bracket. It's going to go in the back and affix it with the provided bolt and washer. The shovel mount will also come with security hardware to keep the shovel on the Molle panel. The security tool will open the shovel mount giving us access to put our shovel or fire axe. We can now place our tool into the mount, lining up where to put the second mount. This bed rack comes in various sizes, ranging from short to long. The Ibex has a static weight capacity of 1,200 pounds. It has an on-road weight capacity of 600 pounds and an off-road capacity of 300 pounds. If you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, visit your nearest U-Haul hitch center or visit us online at uhaulhitches.com, where you can also check out the various accessories available for the Ibex. We will link it in the description below.